Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Talk Sarcoidosis. I'm your host, Dorothea Howard, and today in the studio, I know by popular demand, you guys and ladies love Jazzmon Wright, who's a radio personality and author, as well as today she has her best friend with her, who's also a radio personality. So I have Jazzmon Wright. Welcome back, Jazzmon.
Thank you.
And now today we have Tarmara Gary. Welcome to the show, Tarmara. Thank you for being here. I mean, this is going to be awesome because today it's Let's Talk Sarcoidosis and Ladies Lounge.
Let's talk about
And we'll
it.
explain that when everybody start watching the show, what that really is. But I'm so glad you ladies took the time to come over here and talk about the great things you're doing and for people to know exactly what it is that you're doing to help the community.
Yes. We thank you for the opportunity.
Yes. Absolutely. So today, the first question, I guess now that we said Ladies Lounge, and any one of you can answer this question, but who and what is Ladies Lounge?
Okay, Ladies Lounge. Jazz and Tea Ladies Lounge, of course, this is Jazz and I'm Tea. And the Ladies Lounge is pretty much just open space to be able to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Everyday women struggles that we go through as Black women, just women overall.
A lot of women feel uncomfortable with
with
talking about their struggle and talking about the things they go through, and a lot of people feel that they're left out there in the cold, but we want to let them know, like, we have the same struggles sometimes, and even if it's struggles that we don't understand, we want to talk about it because it don't only affect you, it's going to affect the whole community. It's going to affect people around you. So we want to let women know that they have a safe place to come and talk about those things on our show, and we're going to give our input as best we can, or, you know, we're going to talk to different people, and like, we don't exclude anybody, and we say Black women because we are Black women.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, of course, we're going to cater to our audience, but we're not excluding anyone else because the struggle is the struggle, Black, white, Mexican, whatever, you know, so.
And when you think about lounge, you think probably club and going for cocktails and
probably
happy hour, but it's really not. It's just, you know, lounge is more of where you can relax.
A relaxed environment.
Just enjoy the environment and everything. So that's where we came up with Ladies Lounge. We didn't want to make it seem like it was too uptight and you couldn't, you know, walk in there and feel.
Yeah, there's no subject that's off limits.
Right,
Like, you know, we're talking God, we're talking music, we talking whatever,
kids,
baby dads, husbands, fiancés. We're talking all those things.
Right.
And we're not excluding the men either, though.
Okay.
You know, so we're very open to their comments and their thoughts about subjects and about just different topics that they go through as well. You know, we want to make sure they feel comfortable too because we love our men. So.
Right. And I mean, health issues also.
Yeah.
You know, I know
Definitely
you
health
ladies do
issues.
that.
Of course.
Now, that brings me to my second question. What is the difference between Ladies Lounge and other radio shows?
Well, the difference for Ladies Lounge is, again, just going into the name itself, Ladies Lounge.
Okay.
Again, we're not just singling out men, but we focus more on the women, again, because we are women.
Right.
But the difference is we're just open to anything. It's no off limits,
and
no judgment.
We're regular women.
We're
like,
just,
we go through these things too. We're not on a pedestal.
No topic is off.
Okay.
No topic is off.
And we have fun.
So y'all just bring it. That's
yes. And you can bring it to us too.
Exactly.
Whatever you want to talk about, we'll talk about. It's no topics off limits.
Okay.
Only thing we don't talk. Only thing we don't accept is criticism. I mean, no. Unconstructive criticism.
Right.
Let me reframe that. You
All
know,
right.
if you have a problem with something, it's okay to voice that, but be constructive and be respectful. Because it's certain problems you don't want when we having discussions.
Right.
Well,
and
no,
that's just
I
being
can
serious,
understand
you know,
that.
because people can be rude, and that's not what we're here to do. We're here to uplift each other, and we're here to keep it sexy.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So on that note, what are the expectations? And I guess that's one of them when you say no, people being rude. So what are the expectations of Ladies Lounge?
Well, you answer that, Jazz.
Well, what we expect is we expect the audience to engage with us. We expect real, we expect respectful, and we expect that from them as well as they expect that from us. We have a duty to our audience to provide them with facts and education, fun, laughter, and sexy. That's what we have a responsibility to do.
And to quote, sexy is sophisticated, expiring, excitement, and youthful.
Oh, I like that.
So that's where the sexy comes in at.
I like that.
So.
Oh my gosh, you ladies. And what I love about you ladies is just you have that platform to help people to understand whatever it is that they're going through, that they're not alone. Honestly, to help with awareness. Even sarcoidosis awareness, because you ladies can talk about health and putting it out there, using your platform to reach other people within the community.
Exactly.
And to talk to them about different issues that they're having, men and women.
Right. And that goes to where, when I was saying that the lounge, Ladies Lounge, is open to anything. You bring us what you want to talk about.
Right.
Because if we are not aware of what's going on out there and different type of diseases, you let us know.
Right.
And we could talk about it.
And that's what's great about it. Now, what type of audience, is Ladies Lounge targeting?
I would say women, I kind of want to say younger women and older women. Like, we don't have, our target audience is everybody who's going through life. And that they're looking for more. They're looking for answers, or they're looking for how to deal with certain things, or different ways of dealing with certain things. Because the way I deal with things may be different than the way she deals with things. So when you have two different people giving you two different ways of looking at situations, you have two different ways of dealing with things. Or it just opens you up to think about things on a broader spectrum versus the situation. Because sometimes we get caught up in the current. We're not looking at the tomorrow. We're not looking at the long-term things. So that's the audience that we're targeting. Not whomever, but all the women that are living life and men that are going through life, and it's real for them.
Right, and it's definitely no age. It's really not, because I have a 19-year-old. So I feel that I can reach out the younger crowd, middle age, older age, so it's whomever.
We welcome
and that's
everybody.
Important. That's important because, just like myself and coping with sarcoidosis, how I cope with it and live with it could be totally different than what someone else deals with on a daily basis. So I could call in and talk to you about, what's going on, and then someone else can call in and have something completely different. And, like mental, depression, that happens a lot with this disease, people being depressed and, just other things, like they just don't even want to deal with it. They get tired, they get sick and tired. And I know you're a life coach and you address people that are having these type of issues. So what do you like about being part of Ladies Lounge?
Oh my!
I know, it's doing like this, doing stuff like this, just talking about it, meeting new people, going places, and just talking about life. Like I never realized. I always knew I was a talkative person. Like I can just. I always knew that, and it was just like, okay, do something about it. Like, don't just talk to, your family members. Yeah, don't just talk to your friends.
Talent.
Like, it's people out there that want to hear you, and
that need to hear us, and
when we first see somebody, we see, they put together, they got it together, they, they beautiful, they this and this and that, but not knowing
the struggle.
Yes, not really knowing what that person went through or what they're even going through.
Right, because sometimes that's invisible.
Right.
The struggle is
Very
invisible.
Right.
You don't always see that struggle. And what you ladies are doing you're helping people that otherwise, honestly, may be at the edge of committing suicide. And I mean, that's a big topic today, and it's really a widespread problem. You know, people that are out there. So you guys can talk to someone and actually save a life.
Right.
Because you don't know what they're going through.
And if we only save one life, then we've
Right.
done our job.
Absolutely, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
And I know that the lounge is going
Right.
through a transformation.
Yes.
So right now, where are you ladies broadcasting out of?
Right now, we're really just doing like the Facebook Live, trying to get used to that. Doing some stuff through email, but right now it's really just the Facebook Live until we find another home. So that's what we're trying to do right now.
Today.
Yes. Of course, yes. And you know, we will be finding another home soon. But it's just going through the change where you know, some people are used to the old school way of things where they're not live, they're not streaming, and so it's just, you know, moving into the new wave. It's not even new, just moving into the, what is it, 21st century? Moving into that, you know what I'm saying? It's the 21st.
It's, what is this? 2016.
Oh, we're in the 27th century.
2016.
You know, I mean, just moving into a different way of doing things where we're live and people like to see and they like to be, you know, right there. So we're just moving into that era and that genre. So we are in the process of finding a new home that can cater to those needs.
Right.
But like she said, currently we are on Facebook. You can reach us through email.
Right.
And all our contact information is in the credits. So make sure you watch the show to the end so you can find out how to contact us. But
and find out how they can get help.
yes. And that's what we do. I mean, health and wellness. My friend here, I couldn't pay her to get into a gym. Like, and it's crazy because I just wish my other friend was here so we can talk about how long we've been trying to get her into a gym. Not because she's not because she's overweight or anything, just out of health reasons. And now you can't pull her out of a gym. You can't pull her away from my trainer. And it's just so cute to watch. Like, I love it. It is. But, you know, we talk about everything. There's nothing, you know, so.
So what I want to do, and this is putting you ladies on the spot, because
my
I know
goodness.
when we first met and we discussed sarcoidosis. So I want to know what came to your mind when you heard about sarcoidosis, especially having the talk show, the radio show, and people, you know, calling in about having that. So what was your first thought that came to mind about this illness?
Well, I'll answer that first.
Okay.
And with me working in the medical field, working in the hospital, looking at people charts every day, literally all day.
Right.
All day, every day for 8 hours. It was something new to me that I never was really aware of. So even hearing it, and once, you know, you explained it, it was like, wow, like this is serious. And there's many charts that I went through. And I can't even tell you, I'm pretty sure going through them charts for the past 12 years that I've been going through 8 years, it's no way that nobody have not came to that hospital with sarcoidosis.
Wow.
But it never stood out.
Isn't that
So
something?
now it's like when I go, you know, do my work, I'm kind of more focusing
You're conscious of it,
you know, what people come to the hospital for, because it can be me.
Right.
If not me, it could be somebody I know. It could be a family member. Because sometimes these diseases and illness, you don't have to be born with. It could just come.
True. It can just happen.
From not eating right, not being healthy, some stress. It could be anything. So I am more conscious about what's going on as I'm, you know, not just for me, but as I'm, you know, going through other people's stuff, not to be nosy, but this is my job.
Oh, absolutely.
And when I first heard the sarcoidosis, it was like, wow, like this is a real disease, a real illness.
Right. And I'm glad you said it like that, because what I liked is that you noticed this disease as being serious.
Right.
You use the word serious, which a lot of people may not use because for some reason, because it's lack of attention, that a lot of people tend to think that this illness is not serious.
Right.
You know, many people have succumbed to this illness. So that's a serious disease. You know, many people are wheelchair bound or have oxygen tanks and being on a list for a double lung transplant. if that's not serious, I don't know what serious is.
Right.
So it's great that now you are looking at people's charts just for symptoms, and just maybe you can be instrumental in their life,
Right.
and maybe talk to a physician and say, you know, I know about this illness, you may want to see if this person has that, which is great.
Right.
So now you are spreading awareness just by being aware of what that illness is.
Yes. Right.
And so my other question is, how can the Ladies Lounge help to spread awareness regarding sarcoidosis?
Good.
Oh, I was waiting for you to answer. I'm sitting here adjusting my ring. But I think the Ladies Lounge will be, like you said, instrumental in helping spread awareness because we have a different audience.
Right.
We have an audience that may not know anything about sarcoidosis like we didn't know.
Right.
When I first heard it, I knew a little bit about it.
Right.
But I didn't know a lot, and I didn't know how serious it was.
Right.
But then as I did my research and I found out how serious it was, I was like, oh my goodness, there are so many people that has this, and the way, like the people that I know that have it, the way that they mention it, it's just a mention. And it's only because I brought something up. You know what I'm saying? It's not because they said, well, hey, I have sarcoidosis, you know. I had to bring something up for them to say I have sarcoidosis, and then I'm like, well, okay, like there was no more conversation about it.
Right.
So I think the Ladies Lounge can bring awareness to those people who are unaware of sarcoidosis, who are aware of it but don't know what they need to know, because a lot of people have things that they're uneducated about and they don't want to deal with.
That's so true.
You know,
That is so true.
even with
And denial.
and even with dealing with it, you don't want other people to know you have it because you don't want other people to see you in a certain way.
Or as a handicap.
Yeah, or
Right.
as a handicap, or as somebody with a disability.
Right.
But the realness of it is, it's a situation that you have to deal with. You have to let people know, and you cannot be embarrassed about it because this is your burden to carry.
That's right.
You know, and
That's
other
right.
people need to be aware, especially when you're closely involved with them. You know, it's not like you wear a shirt to say I have sarcoidosis on the front.
Right.
Right.
You know, if you want to, you can. We're
Right.
not knocking that.
Right.
But just
No, exactly.
but just to say, like, to
Right.
let people know what's going on in your life and not be embarrassed about it.
Right.
Because it's important. You know, well, if you passed out today or something happened to you right now, and I'm here and I don't know that you have this illness,
So true.
What to do? Right.
what
you
you
gonna
do
do?
next? You know, I could possibly cause more harm than I could help by being unaware. So when you know what you have and you make other people aware that this is the illness you're dealing with and this is how you deal with it.
Yeah.
I got to live with it, but you got to deal with it because we're close.
Right.
You know?
That's
So it's all about education and it's all about comfortability. You know, you got to be comfortable with accepting yourself, your flaws, and your perfections.
True.
And that's what Ladies
That is so
Lounge
true.
bring.
And I'm glad
Come
you
and talk to
ladies
us
are
and not
doing this.
having all that.
I'm glad you're
Right.
doing this because we need the awareness. You know, there are other illnesses out there, and you all know
Right.
it's, you know, cancer and lupus
Right.
and diabetes and things like that. And most of the time, they do have the, you know, the public awareness and the empathy and, you know, the attention. But
Right.
for this illness, unless we have other people, a village, unless we have people and one person is being aware and that person is spreading awareness, just like it is with you ladies, that's the only way we will finally get the attention that this disease deserves.
Right.
I'm not
Correct.
saying that any other disease doesn't deserve attention.
Right,
That's not what I'm
right,
saying.
right.
But what I'm saying is give us a little bit of attention too, please.
Right.
You know, because sarcoidosis definitely needs it. So on that note, where do you ladies see the Ladies Lounge in the future?
Well, of course, continuing doing shows and inviting people to the show to talk about whatever issues they have. But in the future, just see us, like Jazz stated earlier, traveling
Right.
more.
Okay.
Um,
So global awareness,
yes,
basically.
just traveling and getting the word out more of just JT Ladies Lounge and sarcoidosis,
Right.
and whatever illnesses and awareness, or just, you know, everything you want to talk about.
Okay.
Or, you know, asking us questions, how we made it through this.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
And
How
if
we make
someone
it through
wanted to,
that.
if someone wanted to be a part of it, like share their their medical history or story with you ladies, they can look on the credits
Yes.
and see how to
Yes.
get in touch with
Of
you,
course.
so they can share the story, because their story can help someone
Right.
else.
And if we don't have the information, I know we know somebody that we can pass
We
the
can
information
surely
to.
find
And that's
it.
part
Definitely,
of networking.
right.
Yes.
So that is great,
Right.
because if you're not claiming to say you know it all.
Right,
You know,
exactly.
if you have
Right.
some other people in that network that have the expertise, you'll pass it on to them.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask Jazzmon, you're a life coach, author, brand ambassador. How did you decide all
It's a
three?
lot. It's a
All
lot, right?
three were right for you, Jazzmon. Because that's a lot.
Because when the decision was made for me to become a life coach, and I wrote my book about what I went through, the 3 different transitions that I went through. That's how I came up with Unique Transitions, because each thing I went through was 3 different stages of life, you know,
Okay.
and I had to be prepared to go through them and handle them all at the same time. And I know that with my faith, I'm not set up for failure. That's not what's going to happen. I knew I had to be successful, and I knew I had to make it happen, because now I have a son that's watching me. You know, outside of my family and my friends and everybody in the universe.
Right. Oh,
I
absolutely.
knew that I had to do something, and I had to get the word out for other people that are going through things that feel that it's overwhelming, because it does become overwhelming. But I felt that all 3 were right for me, because I have always been, I did 8 years in the military. I have always been concerned about my health and my wellness. You know, even from a little girl, my uncle raised me, and he was working out. You know, he was one of the people that raised me. Like, you know, it was
It's the
my
village.
grandmother.
It's the
It was my
village.
grandmother, my mother, and my uncle, brother and sister. You know, so I watched him, you know, do the whey protein and working out and all that. And even though they didn't eat the healthiest,
Right.
you know, they taught me that working out was very instrumental. So when I decided to join the military, which was so cliche, I was not the military kid. I didn't do anything fast. You know, I wasn't one of the. I didn't really take orders really well, and I still don't. But because the way that he raised me, the things that he instilled in me, as far as my health is concerned, I started that way. You know, so then when I learned about, as years went on, I learned about eating, and I learned about mental, and how the foods you take, how the foods you intake, you know, affect your mind and your body. You know, as you get older and you learn more things, and with me being an optimal health and wellness coach, it only made sense for me to combine those. It just made sense, because I'm working with you from the inside out. You can look good but be a trash can on the inside. So guess what you spit?
That's true.
You're giving everybody trash,
Right.
but you can look good,
Right.
Right.
you know?
That's
so
true. Looks can definitely be deceiving.
you can look good,
Right.
but it depends on what's in your heart is what matters. So that's where I start at, on the inside, and then we work our way out.
Now, you know, I had so many other questions to ask you ladies. You cannot believe that this is the end of the show. And I had so many other questions. But the good thing is they can definitely look you up. And they can find out where to reach you ladies when they look at the credits. And
Yes.
they can definitely follow you and get all that educational information and, you know, consultations and things like that. I want to thank you again for coming on the show, because as always, I love to have you ladies together, because, you know, you're doing great things, especially in the community. And definitely you should go global, because you want to have that global reach to reach
Right.
international, you know, people as well.
Right.
And for my viewers out there, I tell you, I like to thank you again for watching the show. And for those, I always say, please don't let your illness or sarcoidosis define who you are. Have fun with your life, stay positive, have faith. And just like the lady said for the Ladies Lounge, you know, be you and talk about, you know, what your problems are. You may not want to let people into your life, into your space, but think about someone else that you can help in the meantime. So until next time, Have a great day, and I'll see you the next time. And thank you so much for watching. Be blessed. Thank you, ladies, for being back on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Ladies Lounge.